A little bit ago, I released a free virtual instrument in an effort to help inspire composers to embrace writing with non-traditional instruments, as that's how I've built my career as a composer for film and television thus far. The instrument is called tension pads, and I made all the sounds myself. I've used them on tons of top film and TV series for many years. I could not believe how many people downloaded the instrument in just the first few days, so thank you very much to everyone that continues to do that and is enjoying the instrument. I did get a lot of messages from people that were disappointed that they could not use the instrument due to it being what's called a third-party Kontakt instrument, and therefore it's only available for the full Kontakt player and not Kontakt's free player. This is something I'm hoping to change in the future, as tension pads was really created to help as many composers and musicians as possible, but in the meantime, I wanted to put out this video so that anyone who cannot afford Kontakt's full version can easily find other sounds that are free and work with Kontakt's free player. Before we dive in, if you have Kontakt's full player and you want to check out my free instrument tension pads, I'm gonna put the link to that below this video. Just click it, enter your email, and in doing so, you'll receive the instrument along with lots of other free materials that I've created to help aspiring film and television composers. But don't do that just yet, because right now I'm going to share with you tons of free instruments that I use all the time, and they happen to work with Kontakt's free player, or they don't require Kontakt at all. Let's dive in. So the first instruments we're going to talk about are from Heavyocity's Foundation series. This is not just one instrument, it's actually 5, but I'm going to wrap them into this one section so that you can learn about as many instruments as possible in this video that are free. Basically, Heavyocity is one of the greatest sample library creators in my opinion. They have an unmistakably slick and modern sound, and they offer these instruments called Foundation's piano, synth bass, staccato strings, nylon, and emotive choir. Of the 5, my personal favorite is the Foundation's piano. It just has this very ambient, ethereal texture, and you can actually control that and blend it with the piano, or do what I do and turn the piano off entirely and just use the texture as its own pad. It sounds really cool. Check it out. They also have a great deal of presets for the instrument that are really useful. I love the reverse piano pulses and use them frequently. I also use the syncopated pianos all the time. Overall, it's just a really beautiful instrument. To be honest, all of the Foundation instruments are wonderful, so I highly recommend diving in. I'm going to put the link below. They're all free and they work with Kontakt's free player, so please go check them out and add them to your sound arsenal. Up next, we're going to talk about the Free Orchestra by Project Sam. So this is another really cool giveaway. The Free Orchestra is a super high quality instrument that is meant to give you a taste of Project Sam's larger, more official libraries. However, I have to say that this Free Orchestra is like insanely useful in its own right, and best of all, in my opinion, it's not just orchestral textures, or at least traditional orchestral textures. There's a wonderful patch, for example, called Dystopian Drones. As well as one called Pandora Panic. And then Ghostly Clusters. All of these are just super useful, and this is just one of the highest quality free instruments that I've personally come across that works with Kontakt's free player. So here's a quick preview of everything together. So we're gonna move on now to my third favorite free library for Kontakt, which is from KeepForest, and it's called Ferrum. Again, this is a taste of what the main library offers, but in its own right, it's really, really useful and it costs nothing. Out of the box, it's a bunch of really cool trailer-style hits, which are nice, but how I actually like to use this is with the super versatile rhythm section. So if you activate the step sequencer over here and hold down a note, what I'll do is I'll mess with the step sequencer to create like a really cool loop and then just save it in the snapshots. So here's a very quick few examples of loops I made for myself, and I promise you I spent literally like no more than 1 minute on each patch. Last but absolutely not least is again not one but an enormous collection of free instruments, which if you're not familiar with them, it's truly like hitting the free instrument jackpot. I am referring to Spitfire Audio's Lab series, which do not use Kontakt Player. Instead, they use Spitfire's very own plugin that hosts the instruments. So you just need to download Spitfire Audio's application and you'll be able to get the instrument. These are really beautiful instruments. Some of them are more useful than others, but overall, I find many of them can be used for different types of scores and styles. So I highly recommend getting Spitfire's download manager and just experimenting and seeing what works for you. My favorite libraries here are the modular pianos, the pedal pads, which I think sound really ethereal and interesting, the Arctic swells, in my opinion, are gorgeous, and because they're so ambient and emotional, I use them frequently on my personal music. I also love obsolete machines, which is incredibly fun for synth lovers like myself. So the truth is, after all of this, if you've ever considered creating interesting cinematic music, it's honestly never been cheaper and easier to get started. So I hope that this makes up for anyone that was not able to enjoy my free instrument tension pads. Between that and the recommendations I've made in this video, I'm hoping you're covered for new sounds that don't cost a penny for, I'd say, at least a few weeks. If you find this sort of content valuable, please just take a second to like, share, and subscribe, all of which are also free to do, and they allow me to create more free content just like this. If you have instruments that myself or others in this very slowly budding community should know about, please share your knowledge in the comments section below so that we can all benefit from it. And also, feel free to let me know anything you'd like me to cover in future videos. Thank you for watching this. Until next time, I hope this was helpful.